Good evening, Shib Army. Shiboshis collection is now available on Rarity tools, and this is a mathematical way to theorize about the rarity of each Shiboshi. Now I'm going to give you a couple more factors that will most likely significantly affect, determine, or add up to the actual rarity of each Shiboshi. But let's first take a look at Rarity tools. Here you have the collection and you can look up each of the Shiboshis. You have the calculated score and the rarity rank, and then there is the reasoning behind it. Here they are. Just to give you a few glimpses. There is top 501. So this is a good way to begin understanding about the rarity in comparison to the other Shiboshis in the collection. So now, however, factor that will play out for sure is the gameplay mechanics. So, for example, let's say that a certain Shiboshi in the same team with another Shiboshi would create an overpowered ability together. Then, of course, the rarity of both of these, or the value of both of those, would increase. Or if other Shiboshis have some weaknesses, then that's another story. So the upcoming gameplay mechanics will surely play out how the so-called rarity or value will work in the game. Then another significant factor for the rarity is the identity. You know, each Shiboshi is of course unique, but how one is creating the identity, for example, by naming it or, profilizing it somehow, or using it as a piece for building up things in the metaverse or in the real life or whatever your imagination is the limit for that. So the identity value is a factor where each Shiboshi is actually on the same line. That's how I would say. Since each of you or each owner of Shiboshi is able to somehow build up that identity, if they will. Of course, related to the identity is the similarness of the Shiboshis. For example, there are some blonde-haired Shiboshis and they are closer to my identity perhaps than the others. So, that way plays out. However, if we say that we would like to somehow inform about these traits and rarities when in dialogue with others or with Shiboshi owners, let's create a language how we could more sophisticatedly communicate about the rarity, if we, call it something like that. So this is another way how you could kind of combine the rarities in a simple phrase. So if we look at OpenSea, for example, here, go to the Shiboshi collection, and on the left side you see this list of the properties. And if we say that this property is beginning from accessory is the tier 1 and background is the tier 2, clothes is the tier 3, eyes is the tier 4 and so forth. So now we have 3 tiers checked. The earrings, then the beach and jersey. So that would be tier 3. T3, for example, if you are going to link your specific Shiboshi to the chat or elsewhere, you could say T3/ and then you have beforehand checked out how many unique trades of those Shiboshis that are left on the table from those 3 tiers, how many unique trades your Shiboshi is having. This one here, let's say this one, I'm having this one, this would be yours. And compared to the 4 others that are left on the table, this one is having the mask, 1 unique trait, cross-eyed, another unique trait, and then the brown 4. So there are 3 unique traits. Tier 3/3. Is there anything else? That way you can communicate, politely tell a little bit more information about the specific Shiboshi, what you are meaning in the chat. Just came up with this kind of wordplay, and we can develop it further. If somebody comes up with another greater idea or develops this further, let me know. So out of these 4 Shiboshis that are left on the table, tier 3, check it. This one is having 3 unique traits, properties that no one else on the table is having. As a conclusion, T3/3, 1812 Shiboshi. A jersey 1 on the beach with this specific accessory. For an example for you guys. With these thoughts, I can say that ship rise continues, so continues our economy all within it. There are yet big matters to come, as you know. All things are moving and developing further. Keep it chill and woof. Make